Now with the data collected, we can begin to enter the student's information into ENDMS and create a new participant profile. ENDMS is an acronym and it stands for Electronic National Data Management System. This system is vital to the success of JAG as we are committed to tracking and document students served, the services we deliver, and outcomes that we achieve. We can also use the data as documentation for funding sources, elected officials, and public decision makers. To access this site, you would just have to go to endms.jag.org. So please have your login and password ready. If you don't have one, please contact your regional manager, pause this video, and return to this video once you obtain permission. Now, I already have my credentials saved in here, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and log in. Now, what I'm doing now is I'm just putting a test group as I want to, just withhold my students' information for now. So this is the ENDMS homepage. Here you can find updates about the system as well as some questions and some discussion. Feel free to read these on your own time. A lot of the stuff, doesn't, and it's not particular to you and your program. Sometimes it's other people just communicating. As you can see here, you can communicate with your friends, your colleagues, or if you have a question, feel free to post it there. So to begin, what we're going to be focusing on is clicking here at the Enter tab. There's a lot of tabs to go over, and on your free time, feel free to do so. So we're going to hit Enter and go to Profiles. So this is where we'll actually create a student's profile. So as you can see here, this information that you'll begin filling out is pretty basic, and you should have it from the data that you collected. Now, what we're going to start with is here under the identification part. So you could just begin by putting the student's first name, middle name, last name. Nickname, if you got it, definitely put in the nickname as a help build rapport and help serve as a bridge between the participant and our program. Put in their social security number. If you have a photo to upload and you gathered one from their school ID, please feel free to open it here. Now what we're going to move on to is the mailing address section, which again is pretty self-explanatory, so this shouldn't take too long. You put in the student's address that they have on file. Now we're going to enter the student's contact information. You start with an email, a home phone, mobile phone, work phone extension if they have it. Now, I would caution that with the email, my suggestion is that you use the student's personal email that they regularly access. Do not use a school email. And the reason for that is after a student graduates, they lose access to their student email within a year or so. So if you're following up with them and you can't get a hold of them with number, an email is going to be huge. Now with the phone number, my suggestion is to get the actual student's number. A lot of times they are shy to give out that kind of information because they feel like we're going to be calling them, because at this point as a JAG specialist, you'll be treated as a teacher, and in their eyes, you are a teacher, and so they don't feel comfortable giving this out to you. But make sure that you build rapport enough and you get that phone number. Reason being is a lot of participants will give you their parents' number. However, if those numbers go bad because they change the number, or if the parent says, no, we don't know where they're at, then you're not going to be able to get in contact with them and complete follow-up. So now what we want to do after that is complete, we can start focusing on the demographics section. The demographics section here is where you'll put the birth date, gender, race, school ID. Under the C state, it's unfortunate if it were to happen, but if your participant ends up passing, then please put the date in there. It's something that's not easy to talk about. It has happened in the past, but you'll want to go back and enter that information here. So under relative and friends section here, you can put down a contact of the participant, and you can start with the relationship that they are to them. It's suggested that you use their parent or guardian's information that you collected, as they're going to be the most easily accessible. It's also crucial in maintaining contact and upholding the commitment that was signed with the student, the parent, guardian, and us as a JAG specialist. So you put the relationship of them to the participant, put in their name, their address, their work phone number, home, mobile number, and their personal email as well. So now you'll get to the profile section. Here is where you'll begin putting in information You'll put in the date, which would be the date that you begin as you're entering the profile information. There's school grade, so as you can see here, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. For your purposes, most likely you might be dealing with in-school youth, so you would just put high school juniors or seniors. You want to put in some work plans for them too, and check everything here that applies. So you can select if their plan is to graduate from high school. Maybe they're unfortunate and they said, hey, you know what, I don't have much of a future, my plan is to drop out. Hey, you put that there, it's okay. Their plan is to work full-time, part-time, any combination of all of them, you can do that. So here too, if they have planned to work and attend a 2-year, 4-year college, you can select here. If it's a 4-year college and select there, you can type in their major. A 2-year college, you can do the same there too. If they plan on attending vocational or technical training schools, you can select this box here. If they plan to enlist in the military, or sometimes students are like, I don't know what I want to do and I have no plans. You can select that and it's okay. Here you want to put in some employment data, if they are they working, so currently working, not currently working, no response. If they're not working, just put that they're not working. Here, as well as you'll list the most recent employment data. Start with the employer name, the job title, the hours, the hourly wage that they worked. If they attend occupational training program or school, you can put that information here. Now we're going to want to put their current living situation, which can sometimes, be a little difficult for them to talk about, but it's suggested that whenever you get and you're trying to obtain personal information from the participant, please be mindful of your environment and try to ensure that you're in a place that's real private, particularly somewhere where you guys can be alone. As some students, don't like their information shared. So you'll begin by putting their current living situation. They may be homeless. I've had a number of homeless students living alone, live with their husband or wife, live with foster parents in a group home. If they live with both parents, step parents, a father, a relative, you can put that there. So the number and the family of the household. Earlier, and when we got the income data, we only put the nuclear family. Here you can put any family members, include uncles, aunts, grandparents. You'll put the number of people in the household. After that, you'll want to put the parents' education. Did the mother graduate from high school? Did they not graduate from high school? Did they graduate from college? If they're not sure or they don't know, just put in sure. If the participants, sometimes they don't know if their mom graduated from high school or their father, then that's okay to just put that they're unsure. Next, it says if you live with your mother or the first parent, so whoever the mother, the first parent is here, if they do, then you can put if she's currently working. Yes, no, or nope, does not live with the mother or first parent. Same goes with father. Are they currently employed? Yes, no, or if they don't live with them, they don't live with them. Here too, if the student receives free or subsidized lunches, so they're on the cheaper lunch plan, you can put that here. They're eligible for free lunches, eligible for subsidized lunches, not eligible for either. They don't know. You can put that information here. Now, you'll want to put their cumulative GPA, what their GPA is during their high school, how many absences they've had, how many credits they have towards graduation, and how many credits are required for high school graduation. Each state is different. So for JAG, Indiana, on average, students will graduate with 40 credits. So here for myself, I would put 40. But your state may be different. If they're receiving any government assistance, go ahead and check everything here that applies. Again, we gathered this data earlier. So if they're on welfare, receiving TANF funds, any public assistance, SSI, then you can select these boxes, put everything that applies. Here you'll put their class standing. Are they in the top 25%, the middle 50%, or the bottom 25%? Now, this little section here, it says out of school youth only. If you're out of school youth program, then you can put that information here. Lastly, you're going to want to focus on barriers.